Alright, now I'm unmuted. Hello! Hello, everyone. I'm back. Back again. How's everyone doing tonight? Alright, let's see here. Let me get BGM. In my quest to try and find BGM that's not gonna get revenue shared, we're doing 3 hours of old-timey public domain music. Let me see if I can get this set up. I guess here, wait, let me put headphones in. That way I can hear it. Hang on a second. That way I can listen to the music as well without worrying about it bleeding over into the microphone. Alright, here we are. Here we are. Let's see here. Good evening, everyone. Howdy, howdy. Ren's staff wheel says, "Oh man, I think I'll miss this stream. Sleep hate. Time zones, man. Get good rest, though." Shadow Reaper. Minna, hello. Moist Rat, hello. She's Cheese. Welcome back. Thank you. Glad you guys could join me. It's 8:15 for me, lol. Yep. Early morning stream for a lot of folks. There, I got my headphones on now. I haven't slept yet, but I napped yesterday afternoon. Nice. Wait. 8 a.m. So you didn't sleep last night. You slept in the afternoon. Am I understanding that right? If you just like inverted your sleep. Because it do be like that sometimes. Alright, let's see. BGM. Oh, looks like it's going good. How's that sound for you guys? Too low? Might be too low. Move it up just a little bit. It's very nice. Very nice. I'll leave it there. Let me know if I need to lower or whatever with it. Listen, I'm not a person with a normal sleep schedule. High school and post-high school ruined me. Man, oh gosh, what was it? What day was it? I think it was... I guess sometime last week. Lately, it's like... by the time the kids are asleep, I'm spent. And then I either just like mindlessly scroll on my phone or just like pass out with them. I haven't had much evening time, but there was one night last week where I made a little like a routine chart for DoKid, a little like morning, afternoon, evening routine chart. And so in I guess like a PowerPoint, I made some little sheets. And there was one night that I was working on that, and I think I had at one point Doe Baby woke up, so then I was holding him asleep. But I was like making a little grid, and then I was putting the days of the week plus the days of the week in hiragana, in the like romanized hiragana, and in kanji. So like it has 4 lines. Which I was really proud of. So I was kind of creating that, and then it was like 3 a.m. and I was like, I need to sleep. And then I went upstairs to sleep, and I couldn't sleep. And it was like 5 a.m. and I was like, oh, this is bad. Because then I'm gonna have to be up at 7 a.m. when Dope Baby wakes me up. So that was a little rough. And the thing with me is like, that will happen where I'll get like barely any sleep. But then it won't hit me till the day after. So like the following day, I was fine. Like I notice and I know when this happens, if I don't get enough sleep, I don't feel tired, but my patience is way shorter. And so I like purposefully made sure we weren't like putting ourselves in stressful situations where I was gonna like, you know, lose my patience or like, you know, snap at the kids when I shouldn't. So we just like chilled. And then the following day, I was so dead. I was so tired that day. I was like, alright, testing. I think we're back. Yeah. I think we're back. Looks good. I don't know what. I think it was a Wi-Fi thing for a minute. But I think we're good now. Hopefully. So I'm gonna get my BGM back. There we go. We're back. We're gonna do some quizzing. I'm gonna quiz myself and see how mentally strong I am. Least Menhera Vtuber, perhaps? Perhaps? Thank you all for hanging on with me. That was annoying, but I mean, scuff is scuff after all. It is what it is at times, and just gotta roll with it. Alright, let me just make sure I've got everything back in order. It's just, I'll wait for confirmation from someone to like make sure you guys can see me and hear me. And then I'll jump right into the quizzes. There's like a knocking in the music. Alright, I mean, as far as I can tell, it looks like everything's good. My sound bars are bouncing for my mic. We're back. Yeah, we are. Woo! We're back. We're back. All right. I'm excited. We're gonna do some quizzes. All right. Let's see. Let me go. Let me just go ahead and pull it up since we got delayed there. Let me find. Hang on. Do I need to... Wait, where's my thing at? It's over here. Okay. Come on, OBS. Oh, it's this. Okay, here we go. All right. Here we are. Here we are. We're gonna start off with an ADHD test. This will be fun. All right, video jump scare. Sorry about that, McJack. But hey, we're back. We're here. Do some early morning or late night for me quizzes. It's funny. I actually did a lot of like by research, like listening to a lot of videos, but I was at the end of Joe Baby's pregnancy. I was like, is this ADHD or is this just pregnancy brain? I think it was mostly just pregnancy brain. But it was pretty fascinating learning a bit more about ADHD and like the ways it affects people and their ability to move about their day and such. So I'm curious. There's only one of these tests where I'm like, okay, I'm probably gonna be something on this test. The rest of them, I don't expect myself to really place much at all. So it's gonna be interesting to see. So, you guys ready? I'm ready. All right. So first one, it's gonna be ADHD. Good morning, Minna. Good morning, Lung. How are you doing? All right. Here we go. So this is simply answer the questions on how you have behaved and felt during the past 6 months. Take your time and answer truthfully for the most accurate results. All right. How often do you have difficulty sustaining your attention while doing something for work, school, a hobby, or fun activity? I don't know, this is kind of hard to answer because I don't have many opportunities to focus on one thing for a span of time. Um, It's kind of hard though. I've never been great at like just sitting and listening. I've always needed like something for my hands to do, especially like knitting. Let's see. Oh, there's talking in my BGM. Hang on. I'm just gonna skip the talking. There we go. Okay, let's see. How often do you have difficulty? I'd say sometimes. Let's see, how often are you easily distracted by external stimuli, like something in your environment or unrelated thought? I don't know. Like something in my environment or unrelated thought. I really don't know. Probably rarely. Let's see, how often do you avoid, dislike, or are reluctant to engage in tasks that require sustained mental effort or thought? I guess sometimes? I don't know, I'm thinking like, and again, it's so hard to think about like just me, like if it's just me, I don't have anything else, because that rarely happens. Just like these questions where it's like, oh, how well can you stay focused? I don't really have the chance to focus on one thing. There's always, you know, the taking care of kids all day. There's not much ability to focus on one thing at a time, really. Though I guess I can stay on task pretty well. Like, you know, like once I set my mind to like, alright, let me go get the dishes cleaned up, as long as I'm not interrupted, or like, I'm interrupted all the time, but as long as there's no like big thing I have to go take care of. I don't know, I'm not sure how much this makes sense. Let's see, mental effort or thought. Cause like, I'd like to, I don't know, I have this thing where it's like, oh, I need to like message someone back, or I need to do the, like even just small little things, if I tell myself to do something, then I'm like 60% more likely not to do the thing because I told myself to do it. But that's more of just my own like obstinate streak. I skipped that one. Oh gosh, I can't take forever on these questions though. As far as avoiding, probably not. Probably rarely. I feel like none of these are like a never thing. How often do you have trouble listening to someone even when they're speaking directly to you, like your mind is somewhere else? I'd say never. Maybe never on that one. Yeah, I don't think that really happens to me. Let's see, how often do you have difficulty in organizing an activity or task needing to get done? Poor time management, fails to meet deadlines, or poor managing tasks. So the organizing part, that's my problem, is like the organizing, getting myself like a plan of action isn't hard, but then trying to actually follow through on that is hard. Time management, I'm not always the best with time management. How often do you have difficulty? I'd say sometimes. Let's see. How often do you fail to give close attention to detail or make careless mistakes in things such as schoolwork, at work, during other activities? I'm gonna put rarely. I'm not gonna overthink it too much. External stimuli, in other words, children, yeah. But I mean, I kind of like have to respond to them. It's just like getting myself back to doing the thing. How often do you forget to do something you do all the time, such as missing an appointment or paying a bill? I'm doing it all the time. Probably never. I think I can stay on top of that stuff. Let's see, how often do you lose, misplace, or damage something that's necessary in order to get things done, i.e. your phone, eyeglasses, paperwork, wallet, keys? I lose my phone a fair bit. Sometimes my wallet. I'll say rarely. Mostly just because I'm not keeping track of them very well. How often do you have trouble following through on instructions or failing to finish schoolwork, chores, or other duties in the workplace? See, this is hard because this is not at all. I need an ADHD test for moms. I'm gonna look that up next because that'll be easier to compare to. Let's see. Start a task but quickly lose focus and are easily sidetracked. Probably sometimes. It's easy to get sidetracked, especially by like a phone. See, how often are you unable to play or engage in leisurely activities quietly? I guess rarely. Let's see, how often do you have difficulty waiting your turn, such as while waiting in line? Probably rarely. How often do you feel like you're on the go, acting as if you're driven by a motor, i.e. you're unable to be or uncomfortable being still for an extended period of time? No. How often do you leave your seat in situations when remaining seated is expected, leaving your place in the office or workplace? I'm never in that situation, ever. Ever. I don't know. Probably maybe sometimes. I've never been in that situation, though. Ever. I don't know. I've never been in that situation. How often do you blurt out an answer before a question has been completed? Are you completing another person's sentence or can't wait your turn? I throw words in for people. I don't know if this is a bad habit or not, and I kind of try and watch myself, but like if someone's kind of like pause or like they're searching for a word, I'll like throw a word out of, you know, what I think they're trying, like, you know, if they're searching for like a specific, like they're looking for a word, and I'll throw a word out as a way of like, is this, you know, maybe this one? I guess I don't know if people ever get annoyed with that, but I tend to do that. But I don't know if it's in the way they mean. Maybe. How often do you feel restless, like you want to get out and do something? Again, opposite problem. I'm always on the go. I'd say rarely. I guess if I wasn't like managing other people, I'd probably feel that need more. But I don't know. Like even in my youth, like I'm very much a social butterfly, but I'm also pretty happy just chilling doing my own thing. So how often do you fidget with or tap your hands or feet or squirm your... Actually, you know what? Yeah, if I'm like... There's been a couple times where it's like... the kids were actually like... chill. And I could listen to at least like the first half of the homily at church, and I had like one of their fidget toys. So actually, yeah, if I'm I don't know, maybe I have another test I'm gonna do. That maybe I'll factor in more, because yeah, if I'm trying to sit and listen, yeah, I kind of need something for my fingers to do. Like growing up, like we listened to audiobooks a lot, but we'd always be doing something else, like playing Play-Doh or something. Do you fidget or tap your hands? Yeah, I'd say sometimes. I guess the kids are kind of fill the the need to do something with my hands now. How often do you find yourself talking excessively? Often. Too much, maybe. How often, that's why I'm a Vtuber. How often do you interrupt or intrude on others, such as butting into their conversations or taking over what others are doing? I try and be, like, aware, and, like, not, like, step on anyone's toes, but I'm definitely, like, happy or ready to jump in most conversations. So maybe sometimes, maybe I can be a little too much to jump ahead too far. Let's see, were several of the symptoms present prior to age 12? Probably. Do the symptoms appear in at least 2 or more settings at homeschool? I guess. Okay, let's see. Get results. Let's see. Total score, 28 out of 58. Based on your response to this adult ADHD screening quiz, you may or may not have attention deficit disorder. People who have answered similarly to you sometimes qualify for a diagnosis of ADHD or ADD. Some people with scores similar to yours have sought professional treatment for this concern. Others have not. Oh. ADHD unlikely. ADD possible. Attention deficit disorder likely. I guess. Interesting. Okay, well, there was the first one. Kind of ran through that one quickly. I'm assuming you guys can still hear me. Seems to still be going well. Okay, so there's that one. Now I'm curious though. Hang on a second. I wonder if I can find... Give me just a second. Got some music back. I'm curious if there's an ADHD test. It's AD for moms. I don't know if they have any like that are. I know there's parenting tips for people with ADHD. For all moms with ADHD. No, okay. There's no quiz for specifically how to tell. Because I feel like that would be more helpful if they could give me like the scenarios. But anyways, let me turn this back on. Okay, I'm gonna do another ADHD test just to compare and see if I get a similar result. Alright, so here we go. Let's see, when you sit down for extended period, like at a dinner, you find yourself fidgeting or feeling uncomfortable. I'm trying to think like outside of the context, like before kids. I'm gonna try and think outside. So maybe sometimes. Alright, you feel hyperactive and like you are on autopilot. I don't think so. Hyperactive and on autopilot? I don't think so. Hyperactive, yeah, especially in my youth, but autopilot, I don't think so. You struggle to start tasks that require you to sit down and concentrate for extended period. Probably only like here and there, maybe. Maybe it's because like I keep pushing it aside till I feel like I can really dedicate a lot of time. You sometimes forget meetings, appointments. No, not any like things that I've only like things that I like wasn't sure if I was gonna go to, and I just kind of had at the back of my mind. Maybe you struggle to complete tasks or projects, even ones which are nearly complete. Maybe rarely. You find it hard to properly organize, plan, or do things in the right order. Not really. Okay, that was a short one. Let's see. ADHD. 0 out of 6, low risk. Okay, yeah. Alright, I guess I'm good on the ADHD. There's nothing like the real heavy hitters of ADHD where it's like you want to do something, but your brain just like doesn't let you, or I don't know, all the factors that like take it from just like little things to like, oh, this is actually something that's affecting my ability to take care of stuff. So no ADHD for me. So past that one. All right, next we're on to an autism quest. Test. It's a quest. I must. An autism quest. What would an autism quest look like? Is it a bunch of autistic people going on a quest? Is it a quest to find your autism? Is it like finding your superpowers? Go through challenges to see what your real power is. I'm in a good luck. I hope you win the test. You hope I win the autism test? I don't think it's gonna happen. But let's see. I'm curious. I'm curious what will turn up. Alright. Who is this quiz for? Me, because I'm taking it. Alright, let's see. Instructions. Alright. I like to do things the same way. Not really. I'm kind of curious to see how, like, not autistic I am. I would rather hang out alone rather than go to a party with friends. Not really. Like, I'm happy being alone, but, like, unless there's something that's, like, really keeping me home, I like people's. I tend to notice small details that others don't. Not really. I can't think of any. I'm trying to think. Maybe sometimes? I always liked to point out who was like wearing the same color or matching when I was in dance. You know, if someone was wearing the same color leotard or some kind of, you know, dressed in a similar vibe. I always thought that was fun. Let's see, when I'm reading a story, I have a hard time imagining what the characters might look like or figuring out the character's intentions. No problem with that, nope. Nah, I used to just have characters living in my head constantly. I miss them. They're back there somewhere. I'll get back to them eventually. Not a ton, though. I find myself drawn more strongly to people than to things or solitary activities. Yeah, I like people. I enjoy social gatherings and or find social situations easy. Yeah. On many occasions, I've been told that what I've said is impolite, even though I think it's polite. No. I don't think. Maybe when I was like a kid. Maybe. Probably not, though. Or like nothing that any other kid wouldn't say. I frequently find it hard to keep a conversation going. Nope. I think, like, it's not like I ever, like, studied how to have a conversation, but I consider myself a pretty good conversationalist. I'm pretty good at small talk. I like making sure people feel included, and so if I'm in, like, a setting, I try and, like, go around and, like, chat to people. I don't know. I think I'm pretty good at small talk. I like talking to people. I find it difficult to imagine what it would be like to be someone else. Find it difficult. I don't think I think about what it would be like to be someone else most of the time. It's difficult to imagine what it would be like someone else. I don't know, never, some of the times. What's like a normal amount? Because like, unless you've got like a superpower, like you can't really know what it's like to be someone else. I don't really think about it that much. Maybe I'll do sometimes for that one. Minna can go infinite on conversation. She's got talent. Sometimes I'm like meta in my head, maybe, where like I think about what I'm doing in like the sense of like steering the conversation, or like I don't know, like being like, oh, this would be a good time to talk about this. I don't know. I don't know. I'm like kind of aware, like have a bit of like awareness or like thought about how I'm interacting, I guess. I want to take all these quizzes now. I'm curious. I'll look them up afterwards. Here, I'll post as I take each one. Here, you guys want to do it with me? All right, how about this? Let's do them together, chat. Let's do them together. Okay, where'd my autism ones go? Here, hang on. Let me go find my my ADHD ones real quick. I'll post the two in chat that I did for the ADHD. We can test our mental strength together, chat. Give me one sec. Right, this was the second one. Where's the first one? ADHD. I think it was... Where did it go? Where's my other one? I think it was this one. I think most of them are Psych Central. Yeah, here we go. Okay. Here, real quick. I'll just drop them in chat. Here you go. Okay, here's the first ADHD test. Where's the other one? And it was this one. Alright, and now we're gonna do... Now we're working on this autism one. There you go. Okay. Let me pull this back up. Alright, let's see. Okay. We're back, okay. I focus more on the whole picture rather than small details. For like what? I think so? I'm trying to think what context. Hey, Milliardo. Do you think I focus on the whole picture rather than small details? He's thinking. He's doing a good thinking face. Now he's stretching his leg. It's a stretch to help him think. That's the question. It didn't give me much context. I definitely like... I feel like I have to get started on things before I get too in the weeds of details. Like for me, I like to learn with my hands. Like I've always felt like I need to like get into the thing, like kind of prep a little bit, and then like get in to finish like hammering out the details of it. What? I work with my hands just like any man. I make ends meet any way I can. Alright, I'm gonna say most of the time I'm more of a big picture person. Alright. Thank you for your help. Give me a thumbs up. Alright, let's see. I tend to have very strong interests and get upset if I can't pursue them. I mean, I have interests that I would like to pursue, but there's other priorities right now, so if I get upset if I can't pursue them, I'm gonna say... I don't know. Knowing this is an autism test, I'm like, I don't think I'm getting upset in the way that, like, they're meaning with this. I'll just do some of the times because I would like to get... Am I getting sucked into the details versus looking at the big picture? I don't think that's what that question meant. Let's see. When I talk, it isn't always easy for others to get a word in. Don't make that face at me. Don't make that face at me. Would you say most of the time or sometimes? It depends. It depends. What was it? Did you say that one time that you were like, my voice... I did it. Okay, most of the time, fine. What was it? The one time you're like, you have like a certain tone of voice I get when I'm like in my head, like processing out my thoughts through my mouth. It's like a knife hand voice. That's what you called it one time. Let's see. When someone is talking to me, I find it easy to read between the lines, understand true feelings, tension. I guess some of the time. Let's see. I find it easy to understand what someone is thinking or feeling just by looking at their face. Knowing this is their benchmark is for autistic people. Yeah, I'd say I can tell people's faces pretty well. Let's see. I often notice small sounds when others don't. Not really. Let's see. Numbers, data, or strings of information fascinate me. Nope. Let's see, I can easily recognize patterns in things all the time. I can't really think of any. This is such an ultimatum though when it's like never. Patterns, no, I don't think so. New situations make me anxious and nervous. No. I like new things. I prefer reading books about non-fiction subjects like dinosaurs. Gotta throw in the dinosaurs there. I find it hard to figure out people's intentions. I mean, can you really know someone's intentions? But I guess I'll say some of the times because I probably lean more towards a like optimistic view of people. Alright, get results. How autistic am I or not autistic? Autism quiz. I got 15 out of 40. Scoring in this range means it may be a good idea to monitor your symptoms and keep track of the severity of these behaviors and when they are present. But there wasn't hardly any. I guess because I put sometimes on some things? I don't know, it was hard to tell like how severely they, intended some of these reactions to the, like, when they asked these questions, like, how upset are you getting? I feel like that's throwing it off. Let's see, further evaluation is typically recommended when these behaviors begin to interfere with your ability to navigate life. Alright, I feel like this one wasn't the best. You have enough points saved up to click most of the time. You've been doing well so far. That was about... It's hard for others to get a word in, by the way. Oh, yeah. Okay, but dinosaurs are like the close non-fiction subject. Dinosaurs are pretty cool. I have a story with dinosaurs. Some of these quizzes are really imbalanced and feel like they want you to have it. It's just hard to like really gauge. Like it's hard to like. I guess it's really limited. It's very like limited in your answers, and I don't know. We're gonna take another one. We're gonna take another autism quest. I'm gonna drop this one in chat. You guys want to take it with me? Let's take it together. Tell me your scores if you want. Let's see, Fifth Venom, 22 out of 40 for Autism, 49 out of 58 for ADHD. Also, hi Minna, hi Millie, hi chat. Hello there, Fifth Venom. I guess got a little bit of ADHD tendencies there, I guess. Alright, well, I dropped the link. Give you guys a second. We're gonna do a test. Oh. I'm down in the living room on the couch, so I'm kind of hunched over the small little table here. Let's see. Alright. Take our quick autism test. It's a quick one. Alright, you guys ready? I'm ready. Here we go. Question 1. I prefer to do things on my own rather than with others. I guess probably. No, oh, no, go back, go back. No, go back. How do I go back? Go back. Go back! I was gonna say, like, it depends on the thing. Like, I also enjoy just kind of like going and doing stuff by myself sometimes. Depends on the thing. Oh well, okay. Question 2. I prefer doing things the same way. For instance, my morning routine or a trip to the supermarket. No. That's what I gotta work on. I gotta get better about having more consistency and routine. Definitely disagree. That is not my strong suit. I find myself becoming strongly absorbed in something, even obsessional. I can get like lost, like my time awareness or management isn't the best if I'm like working on something, get really into it, and like think it's gonna be a lot quicker than it is, but I don't think that's what they're asking. Oh, definitely disagree. I'm gonna do. I don't think it's very extreme. All right, let's see. I am very sensitive to noise and will wear earplugs or cover my ears in certain situations. No, hasn't been a problem. Overstimulation is definitely like a lot, but it's not like aside from like kids screaming in my ear or like banging a drum right in my ear, most other things don't faze me. Let's see. Sometimes people say I am being rude even though I think I'm being polite. Yeah, these are like all the same questions. Let's see. I find it easy to imagine what characters from a book might look like. Yep. Let's see. I find it easy to talk in groups of people. Yep. Love it. I am more interested in finding out about things than people. I like people. That's my answer to all the autism stuff, but I like people. I find numbers, data, and strength. This is exactly the same. Let's see. I prefer non-fiction books. If I find it upsetting if my daily routine is upset or changed. Nope. I'm opposite problem. Let's see. It's difficult for me to understand other people's facial expression and body language. I don't have any problems making small talk with new people. Yeah. I notice very small changes in a person's appearance. Probably slightly agree. I don't know, like, how in tune I am. Let's see, when I was young, I used to play a lot of Let's Pretend or imaginary games. Oh yeah, all the time. I like collecting information about things I'm interested in. I guess slightly agree. I like seeking out more knowledge on things I'm interested in. I like meeting new people. Yep. People close to me say I talk about the same things repeatedly. Do I talk about the same things repeatedly? He's thinking.
Not like autistically.
Not autistically. I find it easy to work out what people are thinking or feeling just by looking at their facial expressions. Yeah. New social situations make me feel anxious. Nope. It's important to me to carefully plan any activities I'm going to do. Well, not for my sake. So I guess disagree, but I do have to plan it, but not for myself. I find it hard to work out what people's intentions are. What did I mean by this one? I find it hard to work out what people's intentions are. guess disagree. Let's see, I would find it really hard to play imaginary games with children. No. I don't know. Like, nowadays it's hard to, like, slow down and be in the moment. And that's more where the, like, difficulty comes in. But I don't think that's the same thing here. If I, like, push the to-do list out of my mind, I can slow down and have fun. Let's see, I'm a good diplomat and can help ease difficult social or work situations. I haven't been in many situations like that. What do you think? Am I a good diplomat? Or am I too chaotic? He's thinking again. I can be a chaotic diplomat. I feel like I try and like look at, like, see the best in people and like look at the sides of things, kind of, depending on the situation. There's some things where I'm just like, I'm gonna get a flamethrower. Let's see, I'm gonna say, I guess slightly agree, because I don't know how much that's actually happened. I'm often the last person to understand a joke. Nah, probably not. Let's see. I thought this was gonna be a short one. This one's kind of long. I like doing things spontaneously. Yep. If I'm interrupted during something, I find it hard to get back to what I was doing beforehand. I'll do slightly agree. My battle is just trying to not constantly be like, oh, I'll just check my phone for a second. I notice patterns and things all the time. Disagree. I have some strong interests and get upset if I can't pursue them. These are all the same questions as the last one. I'll do disagree. Because I think... Yeah, anyway. I can tell if someone I'm talking to is getting bored. Probably. Yeah. I can usually tell if I need to kind of tone it down a little bit. Alright, here we go. What are my results on this one? You have no autistic traits or tendencies. I got 3 out of this one. Milliardo says he's proud of me. What? Oh man. 10 failed. Wait, what 10? Wait, what? You get a score of 10 on the autism? So few tendencies. That's not that much of a fail though. And like most of it was just geared at like introvert versus extrovert. I don't think that's like a fair thing to look at. Because like you don't have a problem being in social situations, you just don't go out of your way for them the way I do. Like they had a couple about like sensory overload. I don't know, I think there's like way more to it. And it's like, oh gosh, which one? I don't think they could hear you, but good observation. But like, okay, I'll rant just a little bit. Autism is such a broad spectrum, right, chat? And they used to be like, oh, there's Asperger's, which is kind of more like what they're talking about here. Why are you laughing? Oh no, what? What, chat? Oh no. Oh no, what did your contender say? Mine said there's a strong possibility that you're autistic. It gave me a 20. What? But a lot of this, but the other thing is like this. There's a lot of crossover with this and like anxiety or like other things, like it's all muddled together. I don't know. Like there's a lot of crossover. Oh no. I got a 21, Lung got a 21. I'm just gonna learn a whole lot about my chat today. It just means, I don't know, these tests really don't do much. And again, okay, so autism is such a broad spectrum, and it used to be, I think Mom mentioned this on our little chat, but it's like, it used to be Asperger's was like this kind of thing where, you know, there's nothing like, it's more just the not as adept at the social situations and gets a little more like hyper fixated on things. But like that is far different from like nonverbal autism or like where, you know, mentally you're like, oh, you know, way younger than you actually are. Like that's a lot more intense. But it's all like they took away the Asperger's. They all kind of made it one big thing, one big lump. And I don't think it's really gonna help anyone. I don't know. It's suspicious to me. But yeah, I don't know. These quizzes are not very good because it's like, oh, it's all this, it's so much crossover with other things, and this, and again, like Milliardo, he's not autistic. He's just more introverted than I am, so he's gonna not answer as many of the like, oh, I want to go around people questions as I would because I like going around people. He's not as like constantly trying to find people like I am. But anyway. Anyway, these tests I feel like really don't tell you that much, but they're fun to take. So we're gonna do the next one. This one's gonna hit close to home. Do you have signs of dyslexia? This is gonna be the one that hurts. This is gonna be the one that hurts, chat. Yeah, they tried applying Asperger's to the autism spectrum, and it was an awful idea because they're not the same thing. Yeah, exactly. And it's just kind of like, if we just kind of like lump it all together, then it's like, look, everyone has autism. Don't look at the fact that like the more severe autism's on the rise. Don't ask questions about why it's on the rise. Look, everyone has autism. Let's destigmatize it by like applying it to a wider brush to like mask the fact that there's possibly something going on that we should look at. I am extremely introverted, says Chicken Tender. I suppose so, if you say so. Let's see, autism is a spectrum, and I'm gonna train myself until I reach the top. I will be the Kuko of autism. I'm just trying to imagine what that would be like. I don't know if it'll work out how you think it'll work out. Let's see. Hero of Logic says, I got 7, just barely made it under. The best badness, 420k says I got 13. See, then like, yeah, that autism, the two autism tests are more like, are you more of an introvert or an extrovert? Anyway, so those tests weren't very helpful, but this one, here we go. Okay, chat. I know I'm gonna score on this. It's just a matter of how bad is it gonna be. Dyslexia. Alright, I am Minna. Can I spell vanilla properly? I think I did. Alright, let's see. Minna, do you have any of the following? Dyslexia, okay, what are all the... Okay, there's a whole bunch of stuff. Probably? I'll check that one. Or what if I do none of the above? I've never been officially diagnosed. Let me do none of the above. And let's see what it does. I pretend I'm normal. Let's see here. Alright, do you miss out words or lose. Oh, right. Okay, let me drop the link. Oh, so you can do it and then just like totally blow past my scores. There we go. Okay, there's the link. I will be the Gook of autism. So yeah, about that dyslexia test. I'm not gonna be. It was Hero of Logic's gonna be the Guko of autism. Alright, back to the dyslexia test. Alright, do you miss out words or lose your place when reading? Example, skipping words, sentences, or even several lines of text. I kind of lose my... If you're like reading, if your eyes are like darting around, probably rarely? Probably rarely. Alright. Do you mix up similar words such as dog and god? Example, sometimes the words sound wrong. Sometimes using the word sounds wrong. Sometimes using the word sounds... Sometimes using... Oh no! No, this isn't even the... This is just reading! Okay, example. Sometimes using the wrong sounds in a word. Choosing the wrong word. Yeah, probably. How severe though? Do you mix up some of the words? Is this me typing? Probably. Okay, yeah. Probably frequently. But like, not like... It's more like... Let me think. Because I can like get things mixed up spelling wise. Is this typing? I'd say maybe... I'd say rarely? I don't think for what they're asking I do it. Do I confuse the names of certain objects? This could be word retrieval failures. Confuse the names of certain objects. What do they mean? Like chair and table? What else left with chair and cabinet? I'd say probably not. Do you often get lost or arrive really late to a meeting? What does that... What? Because of reading? What? Do you often get lost or arrive really late to meetings? I mean, because of kids, yeah, a lot of times, but... I guess I'll put sometimes? Like, is it for the map? Maybe? Do you confuse your left from your right? Not often, but sometimes. Milliardo would say sometimes. If I'm like trying to tell him where to turn and I'll say the wrong thing. When I mean the other direction, I'll be like, oh, left one's supposed to be right. I do the hand thing a lot. Let's see, do you find it hard to follow several instructions all at one time? Example, if there's a green apple on... If there's a green apple on in the fridge, put the oven on. If there's a green apple on... A green apple on? In the fridge, put the oven on? I don't think so. These are confusing. If there's a green apple on in the fridge? Put the oven on? I'd say... Take brief messages stating the purpose of the call. I feel like...
somebody calls you and the person that calls you is not there, so you take that as the person they're trying to reach.
I guess maybe sometimes. Let's see. Do you find it difficult to find the right word to say? Example, not being able to start a conversation? I'd say rarely. Let's see. How often do you think of creative solutions to problems? Thinking differently. I'd say pretty frequently. Why does Why just frequently make that face? I feel like this is supposed to be a good thing. I feel like I'm fairly creative and innovative. Let's see, do you find it difficult to put your ideas on a piece of paper? Example, using simpler sentences when writing than when speaking. I don't know, it depends. Like, I can get stories down. Sometimes it helps to get chunks out to kind of have it all laid out before you dig into the details. Let's see, do you find it difficult to put your ideas on paper? What do they mean? Milliardo? What do you think they mean by this? Milliardo! Milliardo! What do they mean when they say, do you find it difficult to put your ideas on a piece of paper? Example, using simpler sentences when writing than when speaking. But like, who writes in the way they speak? I guess so. I like to journal when I can. I guess I'll put easy. If I have the time, then I can sit and write a lot. How do you find it when you read... Let's see, how do you find it when you read aloud? Example, do you stumble over words and say them incorrectly? Yeah, it's kind of difficult for me. How do you find it when sounding out... How do you find it when sounding out long words? Oh no. Example, saying words the way they are written or writing words the way they sound. I am not good at this. This is very difficult. How do you find it to remembering the alphabet? Oh yeah, I mean that's easy. Who wrote this? I feel like some of this isn't good English. How do you find it? When you were doing your times table, multiplication table. Maybe like a little challenging? I think it was kind of challenging. Oh, I have to put my email address in? Am I gonna get spam mail? I didn't realize this. Well, hang on a second. Me. Make sure I got this right. I like this music. It's very chill. Alright, hang on. Alright. Let's see what it sends me. Or tells me. Alright, let's see what it says. Alright, we're back. It says... Minna Vanilla, this is not an official diagnosis. However, it appears that you have signs consistent with medium-level dyslexia. If you would like to find out how to get an official diagnosis, please visit this website. Alright. Not as bad as I thought. It seems there's some things that I don't struggle with that I guess is something I could struggle with. But there's definitely, I don't know, there's something going on sometimes. English is hard. We're gonna sign you up for random baking blog newsletters. Mwaha. Requiring accurate text entry for the result of a dyslexia test, LMO. This test seems awful. It doesn't seem like it was written by a human or a native English speaker, so I don't know what was up with that. Alright, but there's another dyslexia one that I'm curious about. I'll throw this one in chat. This one's at dyslexia.org, so maybe it's better. There we go. Alright. Let's see here. Dyslexia self-assessment for adults. Do you read slowly? I think so. Do you have trouble learning? Did you have trouble learning how to read in school? Yeah. Let's see. Do you often have to read something 2 or 3 times before it makes sense? No. Are you uncomfortable reading aloud? I'm getting better at it. I'm still a little uncomfortable though. Like, it's still kind of hard. Do you omit, transpose, or add letters when reading or writing? Yeah. I make up words. Do you find you still have spelling mistakes with your writing even after spell check? Yeah. My worst offending trait that I finally got a hold of was writing defiantly instead of definitely. And I just had to, whenever I did like the spell check, make sure the word, if I wanted to write definitely, just made like it doesn't have an A in it. So I just clicked the thing on the spell check, that the word that didn't have an A in it, to make sure I was writing definitely instead of defiantly. Mom got a big kick out of that for a while. Do you find it difficult to pronounce uncommon multisyllable words when you're reading them? Yeah, I am lost. I have no clue. Do you choose to read magazines or short articles rather than longer books and novels? Not really. When you were in school, did you find it extremely difficult to learn a foreign language? I mean, yeah, still. Do you avoid work projects or courses that require extensive reading? Not really. Right. Let's see. If you checked 7 or more of these questions, this may indicate dyslexia. Consider seeking consultation from a specialist or a formal diagnosis assessment from a qualified examiner. Click here for additional self-assessment tools specific to preschoolers, school-age children, and adults. Alright. Well, I clicked... Let's see, how many are here? There's 10 here. There's only 3 unchecked boxes, so I checked 9. So I think I have dyslexia. Just a little bit. Just a little bit, guys. Just a little bit. Alright, well, we already knew that one. I'm curious what the resources would be. I think my way of learning was just like memorizing words. Curious what it is. Oh, here, well, there's a bunch. Let's see. I don't feel like reading that big text. I'm just gonna go for it. Let's see. How would you compare your current reading speed to that of others of the same age and education? I'm gonna say probably a little below average. How much reading do you do in conjunction with your work? Not, I guess some. I read storybooks. I can do that. How much difficulty did you have learning to spell? Yeah, not my strong suit. How do you compare your current spelling to that of, gonna say not the best. Did your parents ever consider having you repeat any grades in school due to academic failure? I probably would have run into trouble if I was in a public school, but since I could take things at my own pace, it wasn't really an issue, so I guess this one, like, it would have been talked about, but Let's see. Do you ever have difficulty remembering people's names? Yeah. Do you have difficulty remembering addresses, phone numbers, or dates? Yeah. Do you have difficulty, maybe not so much the dates, but other stuff. Do you have difficulty remembering complex verbal instructions? Probably not too bad. Let's see here. Do you currently reverse the order of numbers, letters, or numbers when you read them? No. I don't think I've ever done that. How many books do you read for pleasure each year? I do a lot of audiobooks. Mostly because it's hard to sit down. I want to say, realistically, it's probably been 1 to 2, but that's more just time. How many magazines do you read for pleasure each month? Not really any. Do you read daily? A daily newspaper? No. I read Facebook, but I don't think that counts. Do you read a newspaper on Sunday? I don't know, I'll do rarely, just because I am reading other stuff. Let's see, do you read newspaper on Sunday? No. What was this for? Old school? Let's see. Which of the following most nearly describe your attitude towards school when you were a child? Again, this is gonna be outside the norm. I'll just put it... Should I just put it in the middle? I'm trying to think of like when I was doing schoolwork. Probably just a 3. How much difficulty did you have learning to read? I was 10 years old before my brain finally figured it out. I wanted to read. I tried all the time. I really wanted to read, but it just took a while for it to click into place. I was trying to write stories when I was 6. I was trying to write a bunch of stories before I could. I knew letters. I would just put letters down in my own language, I guess. Couldn't read. I was still trying to write. How much extra help did you need when learning to read? I mean, Mom was the one helping, so I guess that one. And her way of helping was pretty much like, gosh, I think she has a story where is the word, I forget if it was the word, I think it was the word stopped, and I kept saying spotted, and like we were sitting there trying to read, and she kept like pointing to it. I kept saying spotted, and it was stopped. She probably has some other funny stories, but it was mostly like we would sit and we would try, and it would just like be like hitting a brick wall. It just like wasn't working, and so she kind of like just backed off, but gave plenty of like kind of followed my lead for a bit, I guess. Plenty of reading to us, plenty of audiobooks. Like I wanted to read, I was trying to write. So if I remember right, it was more to like she gave me space to just give me a bit of time and space with like encouragement and other factors helping like support my eventual, my process of eventually getting there. And then I feel like it was just kind of like one day I was able to. Is what it seemed like. I'll have to ask her. I'll have to ask her on the next time I drag her on the stream how she dealt with that. But it's like instead of trying to force it to let kind of was it like scaffolding, built scaffolding around me to facilitate my own brain figuring it out. Let's see, do you ever reverse the order of letters and numbers? No. Let's see, do you have difficulty learning letters and or color names when you were a child? I don't think so. Let's see, how would you compare your reading skills to that of others in your elementary class? Well, I'm not in elementary. Let's see, all students struggle from time to time in school. Compared to others in class, how much did you struggle to complete your work? If it was reading stuff? I mean, because again, like, if I was trying to do, like, all the schoolwork, like, if I was in a class with all the other kids that were already reading, when I couldn't read, and I was trying to do all the workbook stuff, and, like, the math word problems and stuff, like, that wouldn't have, like, worked really well. But since I was home, and, like, for example, when I would get to, like, the word problems in the math book, I'd just get Mom and she'd read them to me so I could practice my math. So I guess I'll just do that one. Let's see. Did you experience difficulty in high school or college English class? Again, it's hard to really compare. But then again, probably no, because at that point I was writing books and getting published, so. What is your current attitude towards reading? I love it. Wish I could do it more. I need to make time to do it more. How much reading do you do for pleasure? It's hard to fit it in, but probably about that. Alright, here we go. Significant risk. Your score indicates that there are several factors of your reading and learning history that are consistent with a reading disability, dyslexia. Reading disabilities constitutes a very common difficult learning disability affecting approximately 5% of the U.S. population. Reading disability characterized by slow or effortful reading, difficulty sounding out new words, and problems with spelling. The results of this questionnaire indicate that you have experienced some or all of those symptoms. If your reading skills are interfering with occupational or educational success, or if you have other reasons to be concerned about your reading abilities, we strongly recommend that you pursue a formal evaluation. Licensed psychologist. Alright. Alright, so what was my score? Did it say, like, my number? Didn't tell me my number. Okay, but that was interesting. That was more interesting than the other one. So there you go, that was my dyslexia test. I already knew the answer, but it was fun doing the questions. Congrats on passing the test, thanks. I think I passed? It said, like, a significant risk is what it said, so. Oh, was it out for a bit? I wasn't looking at chat. Oh no, it was buffering. Because I said Guko, and you read it as Guko. Wait, what did you say before? Hang on. It's hard scanning and finding the words. Where was it? You said Guko before. Okay, you said I'm going to train myself until I reach the top. I will be the Guko. Guku? Oh, maybe it's Guku? And what's down here? You said. Because I said Guku and you read it as Guko. Oh, okay. Yeah, I did read it as Guko instead of Guku. Another example there. Okay, anyway. That was just for a few seconds, don't sweat. Okay, good. Out from it. Guku. Guku. Yeah. I see the U there. I just ignored it the first time. And just put my own thing there. When I was like really young, probably like 5, and I remember like meeting new people, like adults. I mean, you know, I guess we were like in a rental when we like moved states, and we were in a rental for a minute, And then there was like the neighbors, and I remember specifically like talking to the neighbor at the rental we were at, or like meeting them and they, you know, whatever their name was, I'm like, I'm just gonna call you John. I just like gave them a new name that I was gonna call them. Okay, so there was the dyslexia test. It's there. I don't know how much it really affects me aside from not being great at spelling, which is probably just more of me. Probably should practice some more. And yeah, if there's new words, I have a hard time sounding them out. And I just kind of have to, like, guess. Alright, let's see. So I have some other ones pulled up that are kind of more varied. Let's see. I have psychopathic. Yeah, psychopathic test. I have personality test. Oh, there's another. I think I already did that one. There's type A versus type B. I'm probably most definitely a type B. There's a burnout quiz. Oh, and a self-esteem quiz. I think I was most interested in the personality and self-esteem quiz first. So, I will drop this one in here too. Yo, I am out of names. Do you need a new name? I was just talking about how I used to give people names. You could be Ratamanthus. It's a good name. Oh, my Ratamanthus penguin. I miss my Ratamanthus penguin. Alright, good night, Milliardo. Chat, tell Milliardo good night. Say it now. Or else. How do I spell that? Let me Google it. Wait, let me Google it on a different page. Oh, okay, here. Okay, I'm gonna type in chat. Milliardo, I'm pretty sure you've seen my attempt at spelling things where I just like throw letters out until I get close enough that the spell check can pick them up. Alright, everyone's saying good night. Good night, darling. Alright, Bradamanthus. Oh gosh, okay, Wrath. Alright, how's that? How's this spelling? That's my spelling. Alright, let me look up how you actually spell it. It's a book character. He's a penguin, but he's also a computer. And he's pretty great. And there's one time there was like a Christmas decoration the shop was getting rid of that was a penguin with his little arm out. And so he was my Rhadamanthus penguin, and he lived in my room. I don't think I dressed him up very much. He just kind of chilled. But then Chicken Tender, my little sister, when she was little, and she would dress him up, and then eventually she had him, and he got makeup all over him. He ended up being kind of a destroyed penguin, but that was my Rhadamanthus penguin. Actually, there's a Rhadomantha in another story, which is interesting. She's just a lady. She's a librarian lady. How do you spell Rhadamanthus? Okay, hang on. Rhadamanthus. Alright, it's probably this one. Oh, and the Rhadamanthus penguin is from the book series Golden Age by John C. Wright. It's a good read. Alright, there we go. Alright, back to the tests. Self-esteem. Let's do self-esteem. Oh wait, no. Personality tests, then self-esteem. I think I already posted that in chat. I think I did the self-esteem. Okay, I'm gonna post the personality first. There we go. Probably only a couple more and then I should probably get to bed. Alright, personality test. I guess I'll say with back to reading stuff, I'm probably not the best at skimming. I think that's definitely one of my, like, pitfalls. Alright, here we go. Alright. Right. I feel most energetic. I feel most energetic and focused when? Oh, okay. In the morning, late at night, during the afternoons, and early evening. Probably at night. It's hard nowadays for obvious reasons, but I think overall I'm more of a night owl. Let's see. When I walk, I tend to do it fairly fast, with long strides, as fast. Heads up, looking at the world face. Let's see, very slowly, fairly fast, with small fits. How do I walk? This would be a good question for Milliardo, but he's going to bed. Oh, but he stopped. How do I walk? Do I tend to walk fairly fast with long steps? Less fast, head up, looking the world in the face. Very slowly, fairly fast with small steps, or less fast, head down. It's quite an array of things. Whatever speed. That's what you're looking at, sir. None of that is what you're looking at when you're watching me walk. Okay, then. I'm probably walking as fast as the kids are walking. He says goodnight. Let's see. Goof. All right. Let's fast head down. Head's down, looking at kids. Fairly fast. I got long legs, so I guess long steps? This is personality test. What do these things say about me? I would say probably fairly fast, long steps. I'll go with that one. Let's see. When you speak to people, you tend to stand with your arms folded. Have one of both hands on your hips. Place your ears. Let's see. Have your hands clasped. Probably hands on hip. Let's see. Grug not on list. Hail Minna, how do? What list are you not on? How are you, Grug? Grug? Grug, yes. Also, the other thing is, like, there'll be words that, like, I know, and are, like, everyday words that I'll randomly get, like, super, like, too aware of them, and I'm like, wait, am I saying that wrong? Like, it doesn't sound right, but it's, like, it is right, but for some reason it doesn't sound right. Anyway, let's see. When you're relaxed, you usually sit with knees bent, your legs neatly side by side, your legs stretched out, legs crossed. Yeah, I tend to cross my legs. Let's see. When you find something really funny, you usually give a big appreciative laugh, a quiet chuckle, a laugh, but not a loud one, a sheepish smile. Probably not super loud. Most of the time. Probably a quiet-ish one. Depends. Let's see. When you enter a party or social gathering, you tend to make a loud entrance so that everyone notices you. Make the quietest entrance, trying to stay unnoticed. Make a quiet entrance looking around for someone you know. Yeah. I'm not trying to go in all crazy like, if you're focused on a task and you're interrupted, you're likely to welcome the break. Vary between these two extremes. Feel extremely irritated. Probably feel irritated. Maybe both. Maybe a bit of both. Let's see. Your favorite color is... Where's green? There's green. Pretty sure green is my favorite. Especially like a nice forest green. Let's see. Before you fall asleep, you're usually lying side. Slightly curled. With your head under the covers, that's stuffy. Stretched out face down in your stomach. I'm a side sleeper. Let's see, when you dream, you're often... Oh gosh, I can't. My dreams... I don't really remember my dreams much nowadays. They're very random. Let's see... I usually have dreamless sleep. Can't think of much. Alright, let's see. What's my personality? The lively center of attention. Who would have guessed? Let's see. Others see you as fresh, lively, charming, amusing, practical, and always interesting. Someone who's constantly in the center of attention, but significantly well balanced not to let it go to their head. They also see you as kind, considerate, and understanding. Someone who will always cheer them up and help them out. Aww. I feel like that's pretty accurate. That's probably pretty accurate. I'm sure I have shortcomings in some of those areas. But overall, I remember one of my friends, I think mostly from the stories I tell, especially like growing up and stuff, and one time she was like, "You're one of the most interesting people I know." Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. I think that's a good place to move on to the self-esteem test. Grug walked fast, long step, head down. Oh, that list, okay. At least Grug used to. Grug not sure now. Been a while since touched grass. Oh no, Grug. You gotta run on some grass. Seems accurate. Alright. We're gonna do... let's see, do I have low self-esteem? Let's go. Probably not. I am more focused on outside approval than doing what I want. Nah, not really. Let's see. I have a hard time believing or accepting compliments from others. Nah. I use outside things, my relationship, career, money, etc., to judge my self-worth. Sometimes, but it's more of like how much I'm able to like manage my day and get things done. Which isn't always like the most helpful, but it's what my tendency is. I'm hard on myself if I make a mistake. Yeah. I'd say more often. Something that I've had to work on. I experience imposter syndrome at work or school. Well, probably I don't think I've really had imposter syndrome. I'm trying to think. I don't think I ever had it with writing. Maybe a little bit with VTubing, if I'm honest. Just because it's hard to be consistent, I guess, maybe plays a factor. So maybe sometimes. Let's see. When I compare myself to others, I feel bad about myself. There's a little aspect of that. Again, coming into the how well am I able to stay on top of everything I need to stay on top of. I second guess myself instead of feeling confident about my decisions and actions. I'm trying to think of the context for this. The main time this would come in is like so often you like make plans for the days of like what you're gonna do with the kids, and you really kind of gotta go, but like moment by moment of like what actually is the best plan to do, because sometimes like you gotta adjust for whatever's going on or how the kids are feeling. And so it's trying to make those decisions of like, do I stick to the plan? Do I change the plan? What do I change it to? Are we gonna go to the park? Should we just head home? What are we gonna do? That's tricky sometimes. But other things, I'll do sometimes. Let's see. I find myself I find myself saying unkind things to myself that I'd never say to a friend. For maybe a little. I don't, not too much. So it's more, I don't know. Well, for the context of that, I don't think so. Let's see. I think about how much better my life would be if I were smarter, more attractive, more successful, had more friends. Really only like more organized. my life would probably be better if I was more organized with staying on top of things. But again, this is kind of the season of little tornadoes. Kind of hard to stay organized in that, but I'm gonna say, since this is a self-esteem thing, probably not that. I'm pretty happy. Where I'm at. Let's see. I shy away from putting myself out there and taking risks, create opportunities for myself. No, I don't think so. I don't know how. I don't know or like who I am. No, I don't agree with that. I like who I am. Let's see. I get in my head about people not liking me. No. I trust other people's judgment of me over my own, especially if they're negative. No. Not dealing with that energy. I worry that I'm not good enough. Sometimes. Let's see. I worry that I don't have anything valuable to offer anyone. No, I can help others. Let's see. My insecurities play a big role in my life. No. Alright, you have high self-esteem. Surprise, surprise. Let's see. Your score is in the 22 to 32 range, which indicates that you have high self-esteem, confidence, and self-worth either come naturally to you or you've already begun the work of accepting who you are and discovering what you have to offer. So, yeah, not too surprised on that one. How about you guys? Are you enjoying taking the quizzes? Let's see. I should probably maybe like one more. I feel like the Burnout one would be interesting. I'm pretty sure I'm type B. I'm like pretty sure I'm type B. In general, type A is more prone to stress, whereas type B is more relaxed. Type A tends to be short-tempered, while type B is even-tempered. Actually, I'm kind of curious. Because I always thought it was more like organized. Now I'm curious. If like type A was just a more organized person, but if there's more to it, let's try it. I wonder why there's betas there. Beta fish. I have moderate self-esteem. I'm not too sure about that. Oh no. Alright, let's try this one. Well, the way I'm sitting is not helping me, but... Ooh. Let me try sitting back a little bit. Ooh. Oh yeah. There we go. That's a little better. My neck's not in such a bad angle now. There we go. Okay, that's comfier. Ooh. Almost unmuted myself by accident. Okay, there we go. Let's see. Alright, here we go. Type A versus Type B. Let's see. I can be very competitive, such as with games, recognition at work, or even beating my previous record. I can be kind of competitive. When everything seems to be going wrong, I feel angry. Yeah, a little bit, maybe. When everything seems to be going wrong, I feel depressed. Oh no, am I more type A than I thought? I don't just enjoy working tasks done on my to-do list. I thrive on it. Maybe only somewhat disagree. I tend to believe that everything will work out fine even if I'm not in control. Yeah, I think so. Let's see, I have a habit of clenching my jaw, grinding my teeth, or furrowing my brows. I guess strongly disagree. I don't think I do anything like that. I have an easy time accepting change. Yeah. I tend to avoid conflicts, hoping they'll resolve on their own. I don't like... I don't know, it depends. I'd say I don't act on... Give it a little bit of time, I guess. Let's see. I'm very opinionated and love sharing my opinions. I am opinionated. I'm a little careful how and where I share my opinions. I ask for what I need. Yeah, I think so. If I'm not 10 minutes early, I consider myself being running late. Strongly disagree. Ooh. I was born to climb the corporate ladder. Oh, nothing could be further from the truth. Oh, man. Let's see, I got to my current position because of hard work. It's hard to think in these sort of scenarios, because that's not me. But I'd say somewhat agree. I'm proud of my accomplishments, but it's not hard for me to find ways to be self-critical. Yeah. Let's see, I plan to work my way to the top of any organization I'm a part of. Nope. I have several close friends that enjoy spending quality time. I have several close friends and enjoy spending quality time with them, even if we're just hanging out and doing nothing. Yeah. I miss those friends. It's about the journey, not the destination. I guess someone agree. Spreadsheets are fun! They are! I like spreadsheets. When I socialize with friends, I prefer doing an activity together that makes the time feel productive. I don't know what that is. That makes the time feel productive? I guess I'll do strongly disagree. People tell me I can be impatient. I've never had anyone tell me that. Your results. Let's see. You're type A and type B. That's not an answer. What does this mean? Right down the middle. I'm right down the middle. Jeez. You strike the balance between type A and type B. You're not too stressed, but not so relaxed as to be forgetful. You're organized and productive, yet know when the workday is over and how to relax. My workday's never over. Interesting. Okay. I guess I'm just right down the middle then. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Mostly type B. I guess it's my like, I don't know what aspects are my type A. I guess my self comparison to myself, trying to do better maybe. So breadtism. I'm type O. There's a type O. Oh man, I'm getting tired. I really should crash. I'll hang out for a minute, especially since oh, maybe I could sing a song. I want to sing a song. Maybe I have time to sing a song before we go. Let me go ahead and find a raid now. And then we can maybe chat for a minute. Maybe sing a song. Dokid was wanting me to sing Lost Boy. And he does a funny thing where he changes lyrics. So, the lyric of like, was it? Neverland is home to lost boys like me. Oh wait. I think when it's like, Neverland is home, I think he says never coming home? Hang on, let me think. I can't think. Hang on, let me pause this music. Let's see, it goes like, gosh, I can't remember the lyrics now. I gotta start from the beginning. There was a time when I was alone, nowhere to go, no place to call home. My only friend was me on the moon, and even sometimes he would go away too. Then one night when I closed my eyes, I saw a shadow flying high. He turned to me with the sweetest smile, told me he wanted to talk for a while. He said, Peter Pan, that's what they call me. I promise that you'll not be lonely, and ever since that day, I am a lost boy from Neverland, usually hanging out with Peter Pan, and he likes to say Captain Hook there. And when we're bored, we play in the woods, always on the run from Captain Hook. Run, run, lost boy, they say. I forget what part. I think the part about home, he says like never coming home. I don't know. He changes up the lyrics. Changes up the lyrics and thinks it's funny, which it is. But we were singing that together in the living room today. Oh, joking about blood types. Type O. Yeah. It's funny that like the blood types is like a thing, especially in like Chinese culture. I forget if the other Asian cultures do the same kind of thing. Alright, let's see here. Let me go ahead and look around who's streaming and set up a raid, and I'll just double check they're still streaming before we go. Let's see. So yeah. I hope everyone is oh, there's a baby. Okay, well, never mind. I guess we're gonna find a raid real quick and go. I guess we will find a raid real quick and go. Sorry, guys. But in the meantime, I posted on Twitter. I have plans for like this whole like revamp of like a stream, adding more assets, opening memberships, a whole bunch of stuff. But I don't know when exactly that will happen, and I don't want to set a timeline or a deadline and put more stress on myself right now. So once I have everything together, then I will put it together. Alright, how can I find someone streaming? Why is there never anyone streaming at this time? Lolime's streaming some radio. Alright, I'll just go over to Lolime, and then I gotta get up to Do Baby. But I'm glad I was able to fit in a stream. I miss streaming. It's always fun. Alright, let's see. Quickly do this. Thanks again for coming, everyone. I won't be able to do names right now or anything. I don't know if I usually do. Do Baby's crying. Here we go. Okay, there's Lolime. Go say hi to him. Enjoy the music that he's playing. Until next time, stay fresh, my friends. Bye! Thanks for coming and learning more about me and taking quizzes. Bye!